This conference will now be recorded.
Kim, you're
Now
muted.
you're muted, Kim.
Okay, for some reason when I hit recording, it muted me. We're having fun times, guys. So you might want to send me the password sooner than later, Rick. So if I get kicked off, we can get back on again.
No, because if you don't open the second room, just come back in to this room. If you open a second room, we'll be in. Then we really get into difficulty. So, but I will send it to you all. Anyway.
Okay. All right. Well, let's get started and get some introductions. My name is Kim. I have had MS diagnosed since 2012. I live in Des Moines, Iowa, and I am on Ocrevus. John, go ahead.
Hi, I'm John Andrews. I'm from Big Rapids, Michigan.
Can anyone hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, we can hear you, Michael.
I don't have audio coming back.
I'll just keep going in case Michael will be able to hear me. So I have a relapsing remitting MS diagnosed in 2016, and I am on Zeposia, and I spent the entire morning and early afternoon today advocating for MS with Dan and Jennifer.
Oh, excellent. Excellent. Did you need any time tonight?
Yeah, thank you.
Okay. I will put you down as a yes. Okay, Colleen, you're up next.
11,
Hi guys, can you hear me?
Yes.
I am Colleen Smith. I live in Colorado, Westminster, and I am on Kesimpta, and I was diagnosed just in January, end of January, early February. So I'm on the maintenance dose, and things are going well. Nice to see everyone.
Did you guys just hear my feedback?
Oh,
I heard
Yes.
I heard myself talking in the background earlier.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm hearing feedback of lots of people talking.
All right, I am going to leave right now. I'm going to reboot my computer.
Hold on. Somebody is playing a recording of our group in the background.
I feel like it's Colleen that she's watching a video.
Yes.
In the background. So what we're hearing is last week's meeting or whatever. Just now.
Colleen, do you have our meeting going on in the background? That's what's confusing us.
Yeah, I think I'm good now. I got rid of them. I'm so sorry, guys.
That's what was confusing me before, Miss Kim. That's what I was hearing. I was hearing our recording in the background.
Okay. Sorry, guys. Sorry, that was just confusing. Colleen, did you need time tonight? No? Okay. Okay, Elizabeth, go ahead and introduce yourself. Welcome. Go ahead.
Nice to meet all of you. It's been a long time. I've been trying to attend, and it worked out today, so I'm so happy. I've been diagnosed for many, many, many years. I don't even know when I was diagnosed. That's been that long, and I have a progressive disease. Nice to meet all of you.
Nice to meet you too, Elizabeth. And where are you calling from today?
The Bay Area, San Francisco.
Oh, San Francisco, West Coast girl. Okay. Louie, you are up.
Louie Preciado, diagnosed in December, relapse remitting non-focusers, and from San Antonio. I think I can't remember if I said that already.
And then, did you need any time tonight, Louie?
No, I think I'm good.
Okay. And Mike, go ahead. Do you want to introduce yourself, Mike?
Michael?
Can you hear me, Michael? This might be the audio he was having problems with. We'll skip him for now and go to Amanda. Go ahead and introduce yourself, Amanda.
Hi, everyone. I'm Amanda. I live right outside of Charlottesville, Virginia, and I have relapsing remitting. I was diagnosed in July of 2019, and I am on Kesimpta.
And then, did you need any time tonight? to
For like
anything
discussion?
Yeah. Is there anything you wanted to bring up in special?
I don't think so. No.
Okay. All right. And then Andrea.
My name is Andrea. I live in North Carolina. I'm on the opposite side of the country from Elizabeth, East Coast to West Coast. I was diagnosed with relapsing remitting in 2012. I'm on Bethbertan, learning eventually how to pronounce that. My neurologist couldn't pronounce it either, so he just says it so fast nobody can tell that he can't pronounce it. So I say, can you slow down on that? No, I don't need anything tonight. I think that's all my questions.
Okay. And then Karen, go ahead and introduce yourself.
I'm going to go off the camera in a little bit because I got a plate of food that's wanting my attention.
Okay.
I'm in the San Francisco Bay Area as well, but I'm in Oakland, and I was diagnosed in 2019. Amanda, we have that same year, and it's like, wow, has it been 3 years? My goodness. And I've been diagnosed with primary progressive, or as I've learned, it's called non-relapsing progressive MS.
Oh, wow.
And
that's a new one.
That's the lingo, because somebody else here has relapsing progressive, but it's actually on my chart that way. And there really is nothing for me. So I just do what I can every day to take care of my fatigue and make myself happy, like eating.
Karen, I remember you'd been just talking about how you didn't quite know what your diagnosis was yet.
No, that wasn't me. No, I
Oh.
always knew what it was. I mean, I didn't know what it was in 2018 when I was trying to find out why I was falling all the time.
Okay.
But then they told me I had primary progressive, and I went home and I wrote it in a book, but I went home and I wrote, I have permanent progressive MS, which is probably more of an appropriate title than anything else.
Absolutely.
Karen, are you in a wheelchair?
No, I have a walker, and I'm headed that way, and I'll give you my update later about the Lyft business.
So I need to put you down for time tonight.
Oh, yeah.
No. Yeah, I mean, I could say no, but I'm Gabby.
Okay, I'll put you down then. And then lastly, Amina has joined us. Amina, did you want to introduce yourself?
Can you guys hear me? Hi.
Yes. Cannot see you, but we can hear you.
Oh, you can't see me? Okay, hold on.
Let's see your beautiful face, girl.
Don't allow only this time. All right. Hey. All right. Can you see me?
Nope.
Okay, hold on. How about
there
now?
There she is. Hello.
Welcome. So, how's everybody doing tonight? I hope everybody's having a good Tuesday evening. My name is Amina Grant. I've been diagnosed since 2011. I'm just now in the process of finding out what type of MS I have. If I go by how I feel, I like every week or every couple of weeks, I feel something different and something like going wrong. So I don't know what that means at this point, but so I had a new doctor and I had a new neurologist. Both of them dropped my insurance. So now I have to start the process over again. I have a new GP that I'm seeing the end of on June 20th, but it's a whole nother process because I have like really cheap state insurance called Florida Blue. And the doctors kind of, it seems like it's happened more than once to me with this insurance, and I have other people that I know, and they'll just drop it if they feel as though whatever it may be, they'll just drop the insurance. So, I'm now having a kind of, now that I'm really willing to like go to doctors and really get on the field with this whole thing. I have to slow down again because now I have to begin the process all over again. So I don't know what type of MS I have. I don't even know what I had when I was first diagnosed because my doctor never told me, and I didn't know to even at the time to even ask something like that. And so, yeah, so that's where we are. I'm not going to get on the soapbox, but it's really, really terrible, the whole insurance thing, for people here or anywhere.
Anywhere.
And I'm a little verklempt about it.
Well,
Um,
Florida is the worst state in the nation.
yeah, I'm just like, really? I just want it. And then I just want to like I said, now that I'm finally in the game with all this thing and like want to face it head on. And also because the illness is progressing. Now I'm frustrated right now. So I'm very happy to be here tonight because it's like the energy here, the camaraderie is gonna help me. So thank you.
So you're not on any medication?
No, no. You know what I've been on? For years, I've really watched my diet, no, nothing that will cause inflammation, that kind of thing. But I've been afraid. I've been afraid about medication. I've been scared. I've read too much about it. And I've tried prednisone, and you know what that does. And so I just, over the years, and my illness wasn't even progressing that much. Every now and then a little small things will happen, but it wasn't a big deal. But now it's getting real.
Did you need any time, Amelia, to discuss anything tonight that you need to? Just want to make sure I hit every. Yes? Okay, I'll put you down for yes.
Yeah.
Okay,
Thank
and
you.
then Mike, you made it back. Can you hear us okay? Did you want to introduce yourself? I'm not hearing anything, Mike.
Yeah.
Your lips are moving.
I am not doing well as a lip reader tonight.
You know what? I'm gonna read Michael's lips and just do the best I can with what he's saying. Are you guys ready to get a little bit weird?
God, yes.
I love weird.
I love weird too. Love weird.
Okay, we'll go ahead and get started. I just want to give you a heads up that if I'm getting any feedback on your end, I will mute you. It's not because I don't like you, it's just so everyone else can hear what the other person is saying. So just a heads up on that. I will go ahead and start with Elizabeth, since she is the new one in our group. Is there anything you wanted to talk or discuss or ask all the other? I know you're not new to the MS community. If you wanted to ask or say whatever you wanted to.
I'm so not new. I'm
New to this group for me. You're new to me. You're new to me,
old
Elizabeth.
to MS, but I would like everyone to tell me what the MS medications are now, because I have progressive disease. There's no medication. There's nothing. They say goodbye, schedule in a year. So there, I say I love it because there's no medication. I don't have to worry about the latest, newest medication. But I don't know what your medication and what you're doing, what side effects are, being relapsing, remitting. Love to know about you and your experiences.
Where are you getting your care, Elizabeth? Or not
UCS,
care, Where are you getting though? They don't care.
at UCSF, just University of California, San Francisco Hospital. Have great medical care, but there's no cure for progressive MS.
Especially when you're old, which I am.
Yeah, I'm young. I'm young. I'm young. But I actually love the fact I have progressive disease. Kind of.
Because
I hate having to do the homework on medication. I've been on every medication in the world. I've been so over medicated or under medicated, and I'm so delighted not to have to worry about that. It's a release for me. Well, I'd love to know what you guys' experiences are.
Elizabeth, I've been on my medicine Zeposia since last August, and the side effects were not really anything noticeable, other than since I started on it, and I was on Gilenya before that, and they both could do the same thing, just one does it better, whatever that means,
Right.
you know. Um, and I haven't had any new lesions or any active lesions in 6 years.
Wow.
So
Congratulations.
I have a positive outlook with my medicine.
That's great.
Well, Elizabeth, I was diagnosed at the end of 2011, the beginning of 2012, and I was put on Copaxone. And I think there was maybe 1, 2 other pills on the market at the time, which my doctor would not prescribe to me. So I did Copaxone and then watched Tecfidera go through the FDA process. And the minute it was approved, I begged and pleaded, and they put me on that. The side effects of that are flushing,
Right.
and sorry. Oh, flushing and gastrointestinal, lots of flatulence and stuff like that. Was complaining about my stomach feeling bad, and my doctor changed me over to Bifirtam, which is, he says, a cousin of Tecfidera, but they've changed the formulary a bit to make there be less gases in your stomach and in your intestines. So it really helps a lot on that. But it still has the flushing is still there, but I've been on it for a while now, so I mean that doesn't really bother me anymore. I mean, it's just taking so many pills, because this one is 2 pills twice a day.
Thank you. I've been on both drugs.
Oh.
I'm so
Hey,
glad.
Elizabeth. I'm on Kesimpta, and I actually just took my dose today. So that's a once monthly injection. I was previously on Tysabri, which was a once monthly infusion, but I didn't have the best experience at my infusion center, so I wanted to just do it myself, and so now I do. Limited side effects. I just get like really tired leading up to it, but that was the same thing with Tysabri, and then afterwards for a couple of days. And then the first couple of doses, like the loading doses and my first regular doses, I definitely felt the immune response. So I felt like really achy and chills and just lymph node swelling, all of that stuff. But since then, I've been pretty fine with it. It's really easy. Just inject yourself and keep it moving.
That's great. Have you noticed a benefit from taking it? Have you noticed any improvement?
I wouldn't say improvement. I haven't gotten worse, so I think that that's good.
Right.
I'm still watching because it's only been a couple months. So I did my baseline MRI in January, and so then in July will be my 6 month follow up for that, and then I think I go annually. So just watching to see. Starting Tysabri, and I haven't had new lesions, but my lesions are in my spinal cord. So depending on how I'm doing with inflammation and all of that, I get new symptoms. They just magically appear, and I'm like, oh, that's going to be a thing now. And they tend to move around a little bit. So it's just kind of watching what happens. But no new lesions. I think it's just the effect of my current lesions where they're targeting on my body or manifesting on my body that changes.
Right. Thank you.
Amanda,
Can
what
I
was
ask
the name of the medicine you just started? Kesimpta?
Yeah, Kesimpta, I'll put it in the chat.
I see
It's
commercials
the
for that.
other commercial. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's the
all
other
the time.
commercial from Ogribus.
Yes, and they always say blah blah blah. This is tested better than Albagio. So I got that
Oh,
Albagio in for Kim.
can I
Tim.
ask about the MRIs? Because I was a little late logging on because I got a call to schedule an MRI that I haven't had in 2 years. And it's not with contrast. So do people get it with, I mean, I did in the beginning for diagnosis, but do you get it with contrast? Like, I don't know the rationale, the why yes, why no.
I get
I
mine with and without.
Always?
yes, same for me.
Since I've started, I do brain and then C spine. So brain and neck is what I
But you
get done.
do, because I haven't had it in 2 years. I think I had two MRI, well, I had a bunch of MRIs before. They were looking for the wrong thing. And then the last time was 2 years ago. I just couldn't handle being in the box for that long. So, but what's I can call the nurse and find out why they didn't order it with it. Does anybody get MRIs without contrast?
I think it depends on how hard your lesions are to see and the density of them. So the contrast is supposed to make them like stand out and make it easier to see like the outline of it and how big it is,
I
to my
think maybe because
knowledge.
I don't get brain lesions, like mine is all like in my spine, so maybe that's probably the reason.
Yeah, and the different like the density of the fluid could be easier or
Right.
harder to see. My very first one I got without contrast, and then they couldn't really see, so then I had to go back, and I think because of that now I get it both. But that's a shot in the dark of why.
They've always given me both.
Karen, I've heard the same thing that they just it's about them seeing it with
But but I think, I mean, it's been 2 years, so like there were no different lesions in my brain, and they even said when I was diagnosed that the little white spots in my brain, because of my age, could be there anyway. Like that wasn't really an indication.
Right.
But
Right. And I have the same thing. I just have a couple in my brain and I don't have any on my spinal cord so far. So, but they did order a with and without for the spinal cord too. And I honestly got the impression from the doc that it was just a matter of them seeing it better. Who knows?
well, I'll call and ask. I mean, it's great that there's a nurse attached to my neurologist, and she knows everything, so that really helps. Which is just another reminder for everyone, just don't accept, I mean, maybe it is appropriate for me, but it's always good to just check in and find out, is this correct for me or not?
And it looks like we have a new person. Kevin, do you want to introduce yourself?
I don't think they have audio yet. It has like the little X next to
Okay,
the
we'll see
audio.
if they'll bring in. All right,
Have
well,
any
let's
of you had
okay.
rituximab? Rituxan.
That's not what Jen Digman gets? Doesn't she get Rituxan? The Digmans aren't on tonight. They're pretty tired between the advocating today and then the MS walk they did this weekend. So, and I'm assuming, gosh, brain fog here, guys. Why am I totally blanking out on my other moderator's name? Oh my god, guys, this is so embarrassing.
Frank.
Thank
Frank.
you. Gosh, God, terrible. Oh my god. I think Frank is probably in the same boat where he was advocating today and stuff.
What does that mean? They were advocating.
When you go into the representatives and senates and trying to get lots, John can tell us all about that. Go ahead, John. What did you want to talk about tonight?
Oh, and actually, I'd love to talk about the advocacy that I did today with Dan and Jennifer. So it was Michigan Action Day, and we were contacting Congress people and sitting senators in our districts. And what we're trying to do is we want to have Medicare funding that is focused on the wrong place and have it spread out. So it's instead of 15%, it's going to be 50%. Because what they're showing, there's a lot of places, a lot of people that are homebound and they can't get out of their house and do their things. And so we're just, in my own words, not anyone important, we're kind of abandoning a lot of people. So we're hoping that this bill goes through and we can solve that. And all that we
So you're
did was,
trying to reallocate existing funds? Is that what you're trying to do?
yeah, those are the words in that order that I was trying to say. So yeah, I got to talk to Dan and Jennifer earlier today, and we had a breakout group, and I met the head of the MS Society from Michigan. You know, she had a lot of really great things to talk about, things to ask. Um, so it's just simply just reaching out to people and knowing um, what the laws are that might affect you. And we always have a where we try to wow them, how them, and then now them. So wow is like, I was diagnosed in 2016, and I haven't been out of my house easily since 2020. In fact, if a fire started in my house, goodbye. Um, and then I just kind of discussed the legislature. So that's the wow. The how is getting them to support the legislature. And the now is like, this is what you can do next. So it's a really cool thing, and I really enjoyed it a lot. But if I would have gone on their MS walk, I would have been pooped today too.
Yeah.
What? But so I don't understand the 15 and the 50%. Like, what was it you're trying to accomplish? I mean, if you don't know, that's fine because
So
we all have brain fog.
so of the state funding for Medicaid, right? Because Medicaid is state by state. I may have said Medicare, and if I did, I
Yeah.
apologize.
Oh, okay.
Do it all the time.
Yeah. One cares for us, one aids us, but none of them really do it either sometimes. Um, so in the state, only 15% of like funds allocated for in-home disability help is like 15% of the budget. And we're trying to accomplish is kicking it up to 50% of the budget because people can be better served in home rather than trying to get to a doctor, or my neurologist is an hour away, which I mean
Right.
from small city that's a while away, you know.
Mine
So
is 3 hours away.
oh shoot,
Jeez.
not fun. So you know what I mean then. So that's what I spent the
Wow. And then I'm like, John, wow. Okay, I got
yeah,
it. Wow. You haven't been out, and wow. Yeah.
yeah. But Kim, can I hold the stick of talking still?
Sure.
Speaking of funding, my ramp gets installed this weekend.
Woo! That's awesome.
And how does that happen?
So we had a contractor come out to our house. He told us what it would cost for the ramp. We talked specifications, all that stuff. And then I started a fundraiser on Sunday night, like a GoFundMe. And in 2 days, we raised $2,200. I have a lot of friends and family that really apparently love me more than I know, and that are all willing to chip in on that. So I'm getting a nice wooden ramp with an aluminum rail from my front door down to the driveway.
Congrats. That's awesome.
Thank you. And we're doing well enough on the fundraiser that we made it a bit bigger to include a ramp down through my garage, and then another one to have my bathroom stall replaced. It has those little, like, I call them things I put my leg ups on to shave them in the shower, you know, those little ledges, and
Yeah.
those poke into my kneecaps all the time. So we're gonna do something different. But we have a contractor we love. We worked hard on stuff. I swallowed a lot of pride by asking people, and I did it, and the results have been amazing. So that's a little bit more personal advocacy.
That's important.
You know, and I think that's one of the hardest things that those of us with MS have is asking for help.
We got that MS pride.
Absolutely.
Yep.
But look at the benefit of doing so. And I tried. Have you ever heard of a helper's high? So if you haven't, it's the idea kind of like how runners get their runner's high when they've been running for a while. People get like a natural high. They feel really good when they help other people. So instead of thinking, oh, I'm losing my pride by asking for this, think more along the lines of, I'm giving these people an opportunity to feel good.
Also, a lot of people will say, well, how can I help? Like, open your wallet, open your wallet, or come and vacuum my house once a week. You know, that's how you can help.
And you have to ask for it or you'll never get it.
Yeah.
I think that
So you didn't go
touched
the
on
route of the MS Society. I'm still trying to work on that one.
Amina, do you not have a neurologist?
I have to find a new one. So when I go to my GP appointment on the June 20th, I can then get referred to another neurologist. Go ahead.
I'm worried about you need a good neurologist.
Thank you. I appreciate that because I'm a little worried too. Like I'm laughing because it's like a nervous laugh. It's not like I think anything is funny.
No,
I understand.
Yeah.
Do they do any bridging if you haven't found a new doctor prior? If you need to see a doctor, can you go back to your existing doctor if you haven't been able to find a new one? Do they bridge at all?
No, this is, it's the only insurance I can afford right now. I don't get disability yet. So it's really inexpensive and the state of Florida provides it. And so they don't do any kind of like special things like that. Yeah, it's pretty much, when they drop you and you're on your own. You got to find somebody else that actually accepts that insurance. And so I know, and
Because
it's
people
really,
who are the sickest really need to be spending their time and energy worrying about these things. This is what you need to be doing as an individual with multiple sclerosis. Right.
right.
I mean, I
It's
feel angry for
Florida.
you. I feel angry for you.
Me too.
Like, let's all
I
go down to
just
Florida and start some fights with people.
Seriously.
Florida is the worst. Florida is the least place you want to be if you have a chronic illness.
Right.
But
That's
what
not the
about,
first I've heard
yeah,
that in the last like couple of weeks.
and it's like, and Florida is like everybody's retiring there. But what about, um, I know it's on the other side of the state, but an MS center? I mean, is there one in Gainesville or something like that? I mean, that's not close, but is it worth trying to find that? So, because they are moving more, thanks to John's advocacy and everything else, to online. Like if you just get in touch with someone. I haven't seen my neurologist. We had some online appointments, but that is more, that is becoming more common.
That's a good point. I just had my follow-up appointment was a telemed appointment. It saved me a 3-hour drive.
Oh boy. Okay. Right.
One way.
I love
I,
telehealth with all of my heart.
Yep.
I love
Why
it
haven't we been
too.
doing this for years?
You love what?
Telemed.
Telemedicine.
Oh, telemed.
I hope also, speaking of like all the going to the grocery store and having, pickups, I hope that stays around because I know a lot of people that really helps them out. And the
Yes.
whole telecommuting now, that seems to be more accepted. Hopefully that will be easier so people that have hard time getting to and from work, they can continue working from home.
I've been at my job for 2 years. I haven't met my boss like face to face, just over Zoom and Teams and stuff. Most of my coworkers could be standing in my driveway. I'd be like, "Well, you guys look like geologists, so maybe I know you."
I've been working for my boss for 12 years now, and I've never met her face to face in 12 years. Yeah.
Wow.
And I had a social worker. She transferred to San Francisco from Oakland. I talked to her at least once a month, sometimes more than that. When COVID started, sometimes she'd like hang out on the phone with me for 2.5 hours. We talk about a lot of things, and I'd never seen her. And I said, I know you give me all this time, and I figured if you're at home, it's easier. You can do whatever you're doing at home, and you're not having to like have that face. Of course, I Googled her, and so I know on Facebook kind of what she looks like, and whatever other detective work I've done on her, I did let her know. But that was just amazing to have such a deep connection with a provider and never meet.
Now,
I worry
Elizabeth,
about
go ahead.
Mina so much because you feeling you're getting worse. Need someone to advocate for you. You need to advocate for yourself. And that you shouldn't do anything. I hate that language. You need do anything. But I just would love it if you could have the guidance of a neurologist.
And a specialist for MS because neurologists
Right,
cannot
They're
Right.
not all the same.
right.
Yeah, I definitely at this point would want somebody that's like a MS specialist. I haven't, I haven't done anything. When I was first diagnosed, doctor, he wanted me to start Capoxone. And at the time, it was like $100 and something thousand a year. And my insurance wasn't going to cover it. And they actually were like, you know what? You would have to be more, progress more for us to fund a shot. Yeah, like
And so
I
now
said,
so now because you didn't get the meds then, you are starting to progress.
I
And that's
definitely am.
Right.
And I can't blame anybody but myself, because I wasn't strong enough mentally. I had a really jacked up neurologist. He was like everything bad, the sexism, racism, all the isms. And so I kind of digressed. And plus, I wasn't really I only had a couple of small symptoms, like, with the urinary stuff and like you really small things. And, if I could take it back, which I can't, I would have done things a little differently. But I'm in the game now. So I'm here, and,
Right.
just, I'm more present.
Can only think from today forward. That's right.
Right. Yeah.
Andrew, by show of hands, who's still on their first neurologist?
Since I was diagnosed, the first
Okay.
neurologist was not an MS specialist, and he just thought I was wrong. Like, I just had something wrong in my head. It wasn't MS related, which really upset me.
Whoa.
I mean, I know I'm a little off, guys, but I'm not. You know what I'm saying?
You're fun off.
Fun off. I'm what's the word? I'm harmless off.
The way I like it.
I mean,
yeah, exactly.
I mean, I know I just changed insurances with like a job. It was at the end of the year. And so I had all the first of the year kind of headaches of getting prior auths and all this stuff. So I'm not sure how familiar you are with the healthcare system, or just wanted to offer like assistance navigating things if you need help. I don't know just how much you know about it, but I'm definitely willing to do whatever you kind of need help with. If it's like searching for doctors or navigating those things, or looking at what's on your formulary whenever you have that information, I can definitely assist with that.
Totally. I really appreciate that. Yes.
Get Amanda's information, Amina.
What'd you say?
I said get that info from Amanda.
Yeah, I do need that. I do need guidance with that. So thank you so much, Amanda.
And you're welcome. I just know it's a headache navigating it, and I'm a pharmacist, and it's still a headache. And so just not even knowing like I know exactly what to do, and it's like I don't understand why it's this hard. So I can only imagine like not knowing, and like just it's a lot of information.
Hey, Hannah.
Let's go ahead and introduce our other moderator, Hannah, that's been missing in action from this group for so long. Hey, girl, we miss you so much.
Hi, guys. I miss you guys too. I'm always like jumping around everywhere. I'm always so busy, and today is one of those days where I had to. It's rare that I have to do this, but I had to work late today for work. But it's good though. It's like I'm not complaining at all. Like I'm covered in paint because it's my job to paint with people. So not complaining. I'm just very tired. But I thought I would jump in and say hi to everyone. I miss this group. I'm so busy all the time, but I miss being here. Yeah. So how's everyone doing?
We're doing pretty well. Are you hosting in the future the painting thing? I haven't heard anything about that.
Yes. Okay. So it's in the works. It's the very first class we're going to have with AnCan is going to be in the summer in June, and so it's going to be a really easy introductory art lesson. So basically, it's going to be with markers and paper, and we'll send that all out to you. And it's going to be a pretty easy, like Van Gogh-ish type art project that you can create with markers, though. Like basically just breaking down the Van Gogh style and translating it with markers instead. It's I love explaining this kind of process. It's one of my favorite things to teach people. So yeah, look for that in June for sure.
So if people wanted to join that and they wanted to get supplies, what's the best way for to let AnCan know that they want you to send out the supplies?
Yeah, we'll have so Alexa and I haven't exactly hashed that part out yet. We're definitely going to have a sign up sheet that you guys can do online. That's for sure. Somebody said Van Gogh does not sound easy. I'll get to that. Yeah, we'll definitely have a sign up online, and so you'll get it in time for the class, if that makes sense. I just don't know exactly how that's going to work just yet. We're working on it.
I know Karen and myself has attended her previous classes. Super, super fun. It doesn't matter how well you do artistically. It is a great time. Hannah is an excellent teacher, and I highly recommend doing
we're
this.
hanging in the gallery. We're even hanging in the gallery, and we're not embarrassed because she made it so good.
You guys are so great, and I truly mean that. Like the last project we did was we did crayons and watercolor, I think, and so it was like a crayon
beach scene.
Yeah, that's right. It's a beach scene. It turned out fantastic. Like the colors you guys chose were great. So yeah, I really am looking forward to another one. I've been doing some projects with the MS Focus lately too. So it's going to be along the lines of that kind of rhythmic type of projects, but you guys will have all the projects sent to you, and it'll be a little bit of a longer project than what I usually do with them. So it'll be good. And so to get back to Van Gogh, I'll get back to that question. One of my favorite things to do is to break down things that look difficult and make them easy for people, because then you can show off to your friends and say, I did this. But you just need somebody to break it down for you. It's the Van Gogh-ish style is easy enough. I promise.
I wanted to say something. I just wanted to jump in here. So 2 things. The first thing is that Hannah has been keeping very quiet that she was, and she just told me, and now we're gonna put it in the blog, that she was honored as one of the personalities of the year by I got to get it right, the MS Society of America. Is that the right one?
You're close. The MS Association of America. Yeah.
The MS Association of America.
Congratulations.
And they just had a fundraiser, and Hannah was honored for her artwork and the classes that she does. And so we're so proud of her. And we will be blogging that, and we'll make sure and the other thing I wanted to say is, Elizabeth, you don't know how big a fan you have in Hannah. She is truly, she's been following you and your art for years. And I knew she was at work, and I just texted her and said, Elizabeth's in the room. And so she really wanted to stop by and say hello to you as another fine artist. So this is very special. It's making me tear up.
I'm so honored.
Rick, you're making me tear up. I mean it though. Like, I know that I sent Elizabeth a message on Facebook right before the Solo Arts Heal class performance, and I just said hi. I was like, hello, Elizabeth, and honestly, Elizabeth, I was like really shy about it. I didn't know if you were gonna think I'm weird or not. I don't know. But I thought I would reach out because I've been a fan of you for a very long time. I saw your TED Talk, and admire your artwork and admire just how the way you spoke to everybody in the crowd. Yeah, so I had to come on and say hi and introduce myself
Thank you.
properly this time.
I'm so honored.
I'm honored. I'm like, whoa, Elizabeth Jameson is here. Oh, thank you, Rick. I'm tearing up now too.
And well, I'll give you a chance to compose yourself. So I just want to give people a little bit of background on this art class, because some of you weren't here last year when we did it, but it was a really a brilliant idea that I think Hannah had and talked to Alexa about, and we tried it the first time just with the MS group, and it was great. And then we did a second one for everybody, and we brought other people in, and then during the summer, there was an opportunity to raise a little bit of money, and we wrote a little grant proposal. Hannah and Alexa did it, and I was really proud of them for doing it. And we got awarded half of the costs, and we said we'll put in the other half of the costs. We didn't have to have a GoFundMe, John. We were able to do it out of our treasury. And one of the neat things about it is that we will be providing everybody with art supplies. So that people will sign up. I think this is going to happen in June, and then we'll have 3 more before the end of the year. So if you like it, stay tuned. And Elizabeth, we expect you to be there. And
I'll be there.
If for no other reason, we want your encouragement to all the other artists, because you have a degree in fine art. So, this is we need your presence. And we got awarded. So we're going to be running these classes for everybody who wants to join, and not just MS people, and sending out art supplies. And that's the program, right, Hannah? Did I miss anything?
No, you didn't. Not at all. So they're going to be different types of mediums every time we do it, and all of them are going to be tailored to people who have issues like we do. Some people might have hand problems, and that's okay. And some people might have cognitive problems. Some people might have issues of gripping things. So we will keep all of that in mind whenever coming up with those projects. So don't feel ashamed, and don't feel like you need to be in shape as a person, because you don't. It's all about the journey with art making. It's about the journey, not the destination. And MS taught me that. MS taught me that it's more about the process and not so much the outcome. You might have something in your mind, but you may not get to it in your first attempt, but just keep going for it. And it's okay. It'll turn out okay in the end, no matter what, because it's always just going to be your signature. It's going to be your hand that's making the artwork. And that's the beautiful part of it, because your hand and your brain is beautiful no matter what you think of it. So yeah, that's my message. So don't feel afraid. Even if you've never done artwork in your life, it's okay. It's all for beginners. So you'll do good no matter what. So yeah.
Well,
Go ahead and
let's talk a second about never having done artwork in your life. Elizabeth, didn't you tell me that when you couldn't be a lawyer anymore, you had to find another outlet, and you really didn't have much in the way of an artistic background, but you had an attraction to fine art? Is that true?
Yes, I had attraction to my MRIs. I thought they were so ugly and like Halloween-esque. I decided I need to conquer my fear of the MRI scans. So then I said, let's do art. And I went on my art journey just because I wanted to own the beauty of our brains.
Amazing.
Yep. you did a beautiful
Amazing.
job with it too.
I'm going to interrupt just a second because
Yeah.
Tim has snuck into the group. So go ahead and introduce yourself, Tim.
Oh wow, I came in at the right time. Oh my gosh.
Yes, you did, Tim.
I'm just looking at my artwork back here, and I'm just like, oh my God, this is going to be fun. I'm Tim. Got diagnosed last year in March, March 19th, and with CIS. And I'm on Abagio. I'm the spokesperson for Abagio until they pay me. And I just actually I got on a muscle relaxant, Oxcar Bizapine or something like that.
Amanda
I
will
just call it.
pronounce it for you.
There you go. I just call it Oxcard. I'm good
I
to
always
go.
had a hard time with that one, Amanda. So it's all you, girl.
I say oxcarbazepine.
Yeah, what she
Don't know
said,
if
that's
that's
what I'm.
right. I don't know if it's right, but that's what I say.
But yeah, so that's me. I'm down here in Fredericksburg, Virginia. I do 9 podcasts now, and one of them is all about art. And Hannah, I'm looking at this going, yes, yay, so happy. And Elizabeth, the thing that you're talking about, the MRIs and how ugly they are, that's just lit a fire on me to go, let me get my old MRIs and let's do something with them. So, well, thank you both.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Great meeting you, Tim. It's funny because I've always thought that my MRIs were fascinating because I remember on that very first neurologist visit, on the day of my diagnosis, she brought up the huge screen with my MRI images on it, and my neurologist, she was great. She literally went slide by slide and showed me every single lesion in my brain, and I just thought, like, this is a fascinating moment. I mean, of course I was scared and anxious, and I just cried right after she'd given me the news of having MS. So I just cried right before that, but at the same time I thought it was just fascinating that that's my brain right there.
Right.
That's my brain. Like, when else am I going to see my brain? Just only in MRIs.
Right.
And it's beautiful and also grotesque at the same time. I don't know. I still have yet to find the words to describe that particular moment. But just the fact that I got to see my brain was so fascinating and horrible at the same time. And just as a side note, I don't know if anybody else feels this way, just we don't have to go into it, but I actually kind of get excited for MRIs now when I get my yearly MRIs, because I end up falling asleep, and for whatever reason, I end up like lucid dreaming, I guess, when I'm inside the tube. And I have all sorts of like visions and colors just swirl around in my brain, and I don't know what that is, but I didn't know if anybody else felt the same way. I just thought I would point that out because I'm due for one soon. And yeah, anyway, side note, forgot what we were talking about already, but anyway.
Art and brains.
I've named my largest lesion. Its name is Vivian. After
Oh,
my
I love
grandma.
it. I love it.
After my grandma, who upon finding out that I had MS, said, "Don't worry, you'll grow out of it." So in the most southern way possible, bless her heart.
Oh,
But
I love that.
she didn't know anything about MS. I mean, obviously, but it's just, you'll grow out of it.
Don't you like your lesion?
Everyone with that one. um, I have several up here and then many, many down my spine.
Do you have a relationship with each of the lesions? Do they argue together or
No,
make banana
they're,
breads together?
they're part of an art therapy group, and all of them come together and they form beautiful images on my brain that I look
Right,
at in horror, um, fascination again. You know,
right.
I can agree with a lot of people that, oh man, that's that's what my brain looks like. That's what I think, you know. That's what the inside of my eyeballs look like.
maybe the lesions in my brain, I kind of think of them now that we're like giving them personalities. I kind of think of them as little factory workers that are like slowly picking away in their one little spot. They're slowly picking away at my brain little by little, and they think they're going to take over eventually, but they're not, because I got other things to throw at them. But I'm on Okravitz, so no, these little minions are not going to pick away at my brain. I don't know. Now that we're giving them personalities, that's kind of what I envision.
I see
Sometimes,
my lesions as my awkward uncle nobody likes. And but I like having him at the Thanksgiving dinner table, but nobody likes him. So I don't like my MS, but he's family, so I gotta invite him to the dinner table.
Yep. They're the ones that keep throwing their political opinions, and you don't want to deal with it.
Right.
Oh, it's great. Well, I have to get going, guys. I'm starving, so I'm gonna get home. But I'm so happy that I got to stop by and see everybody, and meet you, Elizabeth. Rick, thank you so much for suggesting that I come on today and join and say hi to everyone. I don't know if you're still there or not, but
I'm here.
yes,
Yeah.
yes. Hopefully, I can see you guys at the at our art event. So be on the lookout for that soon, very soon.
I'm
Hi,
glad you
Anne.
showed up.
Thank
I
you.
was worried about you, Hannah. I was like, we haven't heard from her. She must not be well. So we
Yeah,
do,
no,
we think of
I'm
you.
just I'm very busy. I'm very busy, and when I'm not busy, I'm like busy recovering. That's my
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah, and we have another big thank you to Hannah because she's taken on our social media and she's doing a fantastic job with AnCan social media too. So we're really grateful for that.
Thank you. It's fun. I love working for AnCan. You guys are great. All
Thank
right,
you,
guys.
Okay.
Hannah.
Good
Have a good
night.
night. I know you probably
Good
can't
night.
see
Good
me,
night.
but I'm waving.
Okay. Goodbye.
Bye.
Karen, did you have things you want to discuss tonight?
Yeah, I was sticking something in a message. I think the joy of having MS is when it comes to your purchasing power, you got a target on your back. And we can charge you whatever we want. We can ask whatever we want. And you're desperate, and so you don't have any choices. So I've been working on that vertical platform lift business. I thought it was moving along, and I had a quote from someone verbally. And maybe they count on your confusion. It's like, I'm not confused. I have cognitive issues. I have administrative things, getting things done, calling and following up when someone says they're going to call you and they don't. But no, I was told a certain price and the written was 40% higher. I was like, oh, well, bless his heart. I must have misunderstood something. Like, and then I had to spend 2 weeks just kind of not calling up angry because you don't want to alienate somebody who might be able to help you. And finally, like calling, I said, well, I called and it said, mailbox is full. And then I said, well, I tried to call, your mailbox is full. And then I got a message on Thursday, let's talk tomorrow. And I didn't get a call. So this is for Amina too. Like you go, oh my God, I didn't take care of my business. Because that does come with the MS. It's like very hard to advocate for yourself and take care of your business. But I do believe in my heart, at least for me, the timing is correct. Like it will fall into place the way it needs to fall into place when it needs to fall into place. It seemed like, a delay. So today I had someone come out. I talked to her on the phone a couple of weeks ago, and she was going to come over. They live like 2 counties away, but she said, no, we do work in Oakland. And she came over. I almost canceled her because she sent me a quote in the mail for a lift, just a lift, not the porch that I need or anything. And I thought, are you effing kidding me? $20,000 for a lift? Doesn't include anything but a lift. And you look online and you go, how much is a Bruno lift? They're like 5,000 to 8,000. So she happened to catch me on the phone yesterday, and I almost canceled, but I'm glad I didn't because I wanted to get information. It's really hard to get information on platform lists and everybody wanted to sell me a ramp, 26 feet of ramp. One place said, well, we can get you a ramp for $17,000. Like, are you out of your effing mind? Like, I don't want to, well, we're going to put 26 feet of ramp. And it's like, oh, and like take up my whole yard and I can't walk. So why would I want a ramp? So talk about, I guess I could say all my advocacy with my healthcare providers has taken me to this next challenge of advocacy on getting the kind of tools I need. I had 2 people come, they walk in my house. I'm asking about a lift and they go, oh yeah, we can knock out a wall. We can do this in your bathroom and all that. Did I say I was looking for that? Well, what about the lift? So it's a slow process. She has to give me a quote. And I asked for one that was recommended to me that's lightweight. Like I don't need a Rolls Royce or a Cadillac or an SUV. I don't want a Ford Fiesta, but like a Toyota Corolla would work, just like something that works, that's functional, that isn't too big and ugly, and it has a good track record. Can I have that? So she was willing to look into that, but so it's taken a lot longer than I wanted. I can't get any commitment from the MS Society until you actually can give them a quote from a company, which to me is like, and then we can talk about it. So anyway, it's taken longer than I thought, but I'm going, well, I'm going to be careful. I'm going to get all the information I can get.
I'm impressed with your energy to do all that.
Well, I don't always have it. Last week I was like flat out for like 5 days. And then, yeah, just the timing of it. Because today I got up early because she could come at 10. I was like, okay, it's a little early, but I'll do it. But I think in the end, if I'm going to get these ridiculous quotes, and well, the big MS Society advocates aren't here, only one maybe, but every time I contact them, I think they get funding on how many referrals they give you because they give me useless referrals. And I thought, well, I'm asking for help. I'll track it down. Why don't you get in touch with the California Builders Association? It's like, oh, yeah, how many million people live in California? It's like, and then why don't you call these 3 companies? And 2 of them just wanted to do ramps, and one is an elevator company, and they don't do anything, with these ridiculous prices. So it's frustrating, but I'm trugging along, trying to get it. Anyway, that's just my.
Congratulations on trucking along.
Amina, is there things that you wanted to talk about tonight still?
No, I pretty much let you guys know where I currently am. And thank you for listening to me and the advice that I always get when I, tune into these meetings. Yeah. So, and it's really empowering because unfortunately there's a little bit like a sense of like not hopelessness but just like I don't know.
Isolation.
What'd you say?
Isolation.
Yeah, yeah, because I don't know anybody else with MS except for you guys. And it is isolating sometimes. And I get energy and I get like, I learn something each time. So, yeah,
I want
yeah.
to say you have the most beautiful smile. You and you seem so happy and energetic. Makes me smile.
Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Can't
And Amina, if Amanda's willing, because it's probably a lot easier for her to call someplace and get bad news or good news than for yourself when you're doing it for someone else. And if you can get to like a MS center, like maybe in Orlando or something, you don't,
Hmm.
maybe just for that one thing, just for the diagnosis, and then don't be shy. I mean, ask for a social worker because they really help you figure out things. And it's just so hard to do. I would get assignments. I was like, I don't want to do it. And friends would say, oh, what can I do to help? And I'd say, well, can you look into that? And they go, well, I don't know anything about it. Well, I don't know anything about it either, but I cannot make that phone call. I can't do it. I just can't handle one more assignment, one more like stupid thing that isn't going to help me. Like, let somebody else do it. And try to get that support because you're isolated and you know I have this progressive disease, and yes, just like you, every 2-3 weeks, every month, the person you see this month is not going to be the same person next month. Well, you look the same to me, you seem fine, you're great, look, you have all this energy. And it's like, right, you didn't watch 4 days of me going, I don't even want to leave the house, I don't want to get out the bed.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. Like literally, like last week for 2 days, more like 3 days, I didn't have anything left. I didn't really want to eat. I just wanted to sleep. And it was like, there was like 2 and 3 days, just I was done. And, you know, it was, I don't know. I'm sorry. I don't want to talk too much, but it was definitely like an aha moment. You know what I mean? Where complete, like no control. Like only thing you can do right now is lay down because there's nothing left at this point. you know? And so, it is what it is. But I'm like I said, I'm now in a space where I'm gonna play this game, play on the field, as they say, and have complete control in how I handle this whole thing. So, yeah.
Now, Louie,
Remember,
last time we talked, you tried amantadine. Have you noticed any difference since we talked last?
No,
Because Louie you
nothing
got that
sig-
on for fatigue, correct?
Yeah, but I don't think I noticed a significant difference. Um, yeah, I don't think so. Yeah,
Okay, I
but
was
just see how
curious if
that
you had.
goes. Yeah.
Mm.
did anyone else have anything? Colleen, did you have anything you wanted to discuss at all?
No, I don't know where I went though. Luckily, I was able to go downstairs and grab some dinner that I made my family. But anyway, you can't see me. But no,
No, we can
I'm.
see you.
Oh, you can?
Yes, yes. Don't be getting naked. We can see you.
Oh my gosh, because I can't see myself. That's so bizarre. Yeah, I was just gonna say, Louis, what medication were you on, or are you on?
I forgot the name of it.
That's
I'll put
okay.
it in
I
the
did the other
chat.
day in the
I'll put it in the
restaurant. It's
chat.
okay.
Okay, I guess Kim knows and I
Amantadine.
don't.
Now, it seems like since I started Kesimpta, the reason I ask is Louis is like I won't know if it's doing anything either until I go to my MRI, which I think is in June or 6 months from when I started, whenever that is. So, is that the case with you, or like because I don't really feel any different either? Yes, I definitely feel the symptoms. Like I'm really on top of my sleep and my rest. I really can tell when I am not, doing well and or just tired. That's the biggest thing. Is so tired. But I mean, I don't
Yeah,
know if the drug's working or not either. So that's all.
yeah. I think it's like it, because it's not a stimulant as far as I know. So it's like an off-label, I think, kind of
Yeah, sure.
thing.
But it's not a disease modifying drug. It's
No,
specifically for your fatigue,
fatigue.
right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So I think that's where the confusion is, Pauline.
Oh, I see. Okay. Sorry. I didn't hear that part.
It's okay.
Before we end,
And it takes a
want-
few weeks for it to start working. I'm sorry, Elizabeth.
Cool. Good to know. It's been about, I guess, 2 weeks now. So hopefully it starts helping more.
I don't know what time we end, but I just want to announce if you haven't checked out MS Confidential, it's a YouTube program, and I think it's incredible. Of course, I'm a part of it, so of course, my ego would say it's incredible, but I really think it's really good. It's um, raw, naked conversation like we are doing now. Real conversations, no experts, like people like us, just like today, talking to each other. And I just love it. That's my ego talking, but I really would love it if you could check it out. It's on YouTube. And this is, I think, the 9th episode. And we're coming out with our new episode, which we do at monthly. It's going to be on Wednesday. It's all recorded. You just type in MS Confidential on YouTube.
I
I
just
see.
put it in the chat window, the link in the chat window, and I wasn't going to let you go without giving you the chance to do a commercial, Elizabeth. You should know that. We absolutely, and we'd love for your MS Confidential people to come join this group. This group is it's twice a month, and
Right.
we'd love for them to come in and share because you got some real characters in there.
Well, we hope so. We're kind of crazy and not crazy, and all the above.
I think Miss Kim would fit in very well in that group.
I was thinking that, like she was talking, I'm like, God, they sound like my people. Why am I not in this group yet?
They are my people. We're all a little crazy.
You gotta keep your fun side. You gotta keep your
I
sense of
know.
humor. You just gotta. I mean, let's be honest. I forgot my moderator's name tonight. How embarrassing is that? You know, just gotta roll with it.
Well,
Yeah, but it's only between us. Don't worry. We'll if you can find somebody to edit those bits out, we'll edit them out of the recording, Kim.
No,
what I want
I'll let
to
Frank know when he comes on. I'm like, yeah, I forgot your name last week. That's how good I was doing.
I think it makes it special that all the mistakes make us all special.
Well, Elizabeth, my two biggest things are fatigue and cognition. So they give me a little bit of a break because this is in the evening, so it's my worst time of day. And then they make me the moderator, so we just roll with it.
I know. That's what people with MS do. Roll with it. If you don't, you go nuts.
Our next meeting is in 2 weeks, Tuesday, May 24th, 7:30 Standard Time. Figure it out for all your other time zones. Too late in the evening for me to figure it out.
Yeah, it's at 7:30 Eastern, right?
Nope,
No,
8:30 Eastern.
8:30 Eastern, 7:30 Central. So
6:30 Mountain, 5:30 California.
Yeah.
6 p.m. in Australia, in Sydney.
I don't. Yeah.
Are you
Amina,
going to stand on your head and fool us, John?
I'm sorry, what was that?
I said, are you going to stand on your head and fool us that you're joining from Australia?
How's my Central Michigan accent? Like, does it sound pretty good? I think it fits right in. So
You just sound Midwestern to me, John. Let's to be, from an Iowan to a Michigan, you sound Midwestern to me. You don't have like the Minnesota accent or anything.
Oh, I don't.
Or the Wisconsin. Yeah,
I don't.
hear
Oh, Wisconsin. See, we make fun of those people in Michigan because they sound a little bit different than us. But I think everyone in the world says, "Oh."
To answer your question, Elizabeth, we don't usually have like a hard stopping point. We just stop when we think that some days sometimes we end shorter, sometimes we just kind of keep on trucking. So if you ever need to leave at any point in time, like Amanda had to go, she's on the East Coast, she has to work in the morning, feel free to leave anytime you need to. We totally understand. So anyone else have anything they want to talk about before I tell you guys my strange thing I did?
Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Andrea.
I just wanted to tell Amina that MS is a marathon. It's not a race. And one of the hardest things that I have had to and am still working on is pace. Because I wear myself out before I realize it. And then it's 3 days later before I'm back to normal again. So be kind to yourself and don't rush it because you'll wear yourself out if you try to.
You know what? Thank you for that. Because naturally, I rush things.
I know.
And thank you so much for saying that. Thank you. I appreciate that.
You're welcome.
Yeah, the whole marathon thing totally resonates and makes sense. No one's ever put it like that. I've never heard it that way before. And so, yeah, it makes sense.
Good.
Take my time.
And then there's another, what is it? Recommendations like somebody once asked me, she was dating and she was looking, how do you find somebody good to date? And it's like, lower your standards. Just lower your standards about what you can accomplish in a day and endorse the effort. Yeah. It's like, okay, I did this, I did that, then I took a nap. Very good, you took a nap. And just endorse the effort and lower your standards.
Yes.
Lower my standards. Yeah.
Lower your standards for yourself for sure. Yes.
Whatever your to-do list is, just assume you might be able to get 10% of it done. And that's awesome. If you get 10% done, you did an amazing day. You had an amazing day if you got 10% of your to-do list done.
Endorse the yeah.
I mean,
got it.
People say it's not a marathon, it's not a race, it's not a 5K. Some days it's can I get out of my bed without making dad noises? Like, ugh. No, without making dad noises.
I can't remember the last time I got out of bed without making dad noises.
Oh my God. Yeah, it's been years.
Yeah, it's definitely like, welp.
Those noises are new to me. I mean, I noticed them a few months ago, and I
Mm-hmm.
thought, what if I had to have somebody live here and they heard that? I'm just emoting. It's
Right?
nothing.
It's just me talking to myself.
Amina, my wish for you is that we could hug. I just want to hug you. You're in the
Oh,
beginning of a long journey.
and I received that hug because you look like somebody I would love to just get a long embrace from.
I was harassing Rick a long time ago, like once COVID is done and everything's cool, I said we need to have like a conference where we have all the different groups and we'll break out and do our separate groups, but I'm like, we all just need to get together face to face and have the opportunity. That's so fun, which is a
Really?
great segue for my thing. So I decided my 10-year MS diagnosis is in October, and I decided I wanted to throw a party. So I found a shelter that's enclosed, and when you look for ADA accessible in Des Moines, it goes down to 5 of them. So I rented a shelter on October 16th to throw myself an MS 10-year anniversary diagnosis party.
Awesome.
And I'm super excited because they have 4 handicap spaces. 3 of them are van accessible. You guys will appreciate that, but I'm like super excited about it. So anyone that wants to come to Des Moines in the middle of October, it could be snowstorm, it could be a rando in the low 70s. We don't know, but I'm throwing an anniversary party because I want to.
That's awesome.
When you said you're renting a shelter, I thought it was like, oh my God, you're renting like a dog shelter?
No, we're talking like a get together shelter where they have mine's enclosed, has heating and air conditioning. It was actually built in the 1930s. It used to be like an ice rink skating shelter. So it's right off of like the Des Moines River goes by and it has a little offshoot lagoon. So you can literally go fish right outside of it, and
Very
it holds
cool.
up to 100 people. So it just had my
So
name.
is it outdoor-ish? That's
No,
why
it's
it's a
totally
shelter?
enclosed. It's totally enclosed.
So why
I
is
did
it
not
called
want
a shelter as opposed to, I mean, I don't know, maybe I don't live in
it's
those
through
kind
the
of
Parks and
climes.
Rec. So if you have like a shelter that can
Oh,
be,
right.
yeah. So this one's just totally enclosed. It has bathrooms. It got renovated, I think in 2013 or something. So they have like restrooms and stuff like that. So yeah, so I'm throwing myself an MS diagnosis party, and I'm hoping if the weather and the trails are nice, I want to go hiking, which obviously not all my MS friends can go on that, but just because of things I can still do, I just wanted to celebrate the landmark. So I sucked it up. I found a shelter and I booked that baby. So
Okay.
Perfect.
And those are, it's like John's Michael Caine thing because my birthday is this month. Last year I had a really great party because it was the first weekend after COVID, a year and 2 months of COVID. Like people like went out and they didn't have anywhere else to go, and they came to my house and it was fun, and we played music and we sang, and it was like, oh, I don't want to leave. This is fun. But this year people are busy. So when I was talking to the woman outside about the lift, whether it's going to be with her or someone else, I said, yeah, I'm not gonna have a birthday party this year, but when I get the lift, I'm gonna have a lift party.
There you go.
absolutely.
When the ramp goes in this weekend, I'm having a ribbon cutting.
Woo! I like it, John.
Yeah, like I'll come scooting down the ramp on my wheelchair or on my walker, go down, cut there, and then I'll say something like, it's a boy, just to freak a lot of people out.
Yeah, that's
Like, wait,
great.
what do you mean? It's a boy?
Are you gonna name your ramp like you do the lesions?
Oh my gosh! Like
Vivian.
Ramperson?
I just feel like I broke your brain there. You're like the light bulb went off. Like, oh my gosh, I could name the ramp. This is so exciting.
I could name the lift. Thank you.
Absolutely, absolutely. Oh my
I
gosh.
think to name the ramp, it's got to be delayed after it's done because we're going to have to paint the name on the side of the ramp, and then we're going to have to get a bottle of something typical to Michigan, and we're going to have to smash the bottle against the name, right?
Gonna be too expensive to break stuff on. I mean,
Oh man. Maple syrup, Rick. Maple syrup.
syrup.
There you go.
I don't want to clean that up.
No, I don't either.
We'll let the ants do it.
There you go.
You know,
No, I'd say put it in a fancy bottle like Rick suggests and make it be water.
yeah. Elizabeth, it was great to meet you. Check out our group. You know, we laugh, we have fun, we talk serious stuff. It was a pleasure to meet you. I sent a link from your website out to a friend, and she says that she loves you, she loves your story, and she loves your art, and she loves your outreach.
Mm.
I love her too.
Yeah.
I do want to ask Elizabeth one last question before I go. Elizabeth, I know there's just a few left, but these are recorded and people listening. Please tell this group about your plans to try and raise money to help people like John build ramps and get chairs and all of that.
Well, I have big plans, but no idea how I'll do it. But I really, really want people to have more access to equipment and durable medical equipment. So needed that we can have access to the normal life outside the confines of the home.
Yeah, it's
My
great.
wife and I are taking we're taking a date down to Grand Rapids, which is just bigger than Big Rapids. And my wife said to me, "Hey, baby, do you want to go to a durable medical supply store while we're down there?"
Oh yeah.
I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, I go to. Sounds, it sounds like a sexy date. I love that.
It
Look,
reminds me when Dan Digman was talking about in the office, they were going around like, what would you do with $1 million? And he was like, we were talking about the posh, van accessible, and there was like, oh, you're such a downer. It's like, yeah, when you have MS, like you have these dreams that normally people wouldn't have, but you're like, oh, to have that ramp or to have that, amazing wheelchair or have that, van that I can just
Right.
get in and drive is just so nice.
yeah.
And to find, yeah, I was meeting one of my really good friends, but we're like 35 miles apart, and she's 80 and I'm like 80. So we met halfway, and I said, hey, since we're meeting in Hayward, there's some store called, Home Improvements for the Disabled. I want to go there. And she goes, well, I'll meet you there. It was so good to have her there because it was very confusing. And it's like, yeah, try out that wheelchair. Oh, okay. Yeah. So this is like social life, dating.
Exciting
Well,
activities we're doing these days. Yeah. It's a
so who
new
who
trend.
else did the MS walk, or who is planning on doing an MS walk, participating in that? Did anyone else do that here that's still here? No? Okay, just curious.
I think it's great that I walk to my car from my back door. That's about as far as I get.
Okay,
I'm
well,
gonna
go ahead.
just
Thanks,
gonna say
Rick.
I'm gonna need to leave, eat dinner. Thank you. I'm so glad, Rick, that you invited me. Bye.
So
We
nice to
hope
meet
you
Come
come
you.
back.
back, Elizabeth.
I
Come
will.
Thank
back.
you, Elizabeth.
Thanks for joining our group. We really enjoyed having you with us.
I'll be there next time.
Good.
Sounds great. 2
Yeah.
weeks. 24th.
Bye. Bye.
Bye-bye.
All right, I'm
Bye-bye.
going to. I'll see you guys. Take care. Goodbye.
Bye-bye.
Hi, Rick.